Hi there and welcome to my new video. So this video is gonna be pretty short, but it's gonna be about my English development. So last year around this time, I think it was in like April, March-ish, I uploaded a video where I was talking English. I told you that I would upload another video like that about half a year or a year in, and yeah, now it's 8 months and I am just gonna talk about my English development itself, and I will try to make a shortcut to the old video here, although I haven't really figured out how to do that, so it might not work. Anyway, so the old video was last year before I came here. This video is gonna be in English because I want to have a video pre-departure where I speak English so I can compare my language skills to like after a year into the adventure maybe, or after a couple of months into the adventure. So I can compare my language skills and how my English has developed, or if it has developed. Goals, which I hope. My main goal in the US is travel a lot, see as much as I can of the US, and also improve my English skills. So that means for me that I want to be more fluent than I already am, and I want to get rid of my German accent. I want to try to pick up the American accent as far as I can, so that I won't sound that German anymore, because I hate sounding German, and I don't know, I'm not really in my country that much, so I don't really want to sound like I'm from here, like at least not that much. So yeah, I want to try to be accent free, and I want to travel. When I came here, I was fluent in English and I didn't have any like major vocabulary problems or anything, and I was always able to pretty much express myself well, because when I didn't know a word, I just paraphrased it, used a different word, or like tried to explain what I mean instead of just, you know, umming around. And so I was fluent already, which is why my first months here didn't really make such a big difference to my English. So many people are always like, yeah, when you come here, your English is super bad, and then you start talking in English and you get thrown into the cold water, and you have only one option with it, which is speaking English. Alright, that's true. Your only option is to speak English, because there's only a few exceptions where the family speaks German, but mostly your family is American, your family only speaks English, your kids only speak English, and that's why you have to speak English with them. Alright, I get it, that's true. You will improve, that's for sure. But people are always like, when you come here in your first month, you will have such big improvements. Well, that's not the case for everybody. Like, I didn't see much improvement in my English. To be honest, I really think I got worse. I'm not sure whether it is because I expect more of myself now that I'm here for 8 months. It might be that, because sometimes it takes me longer to find a word, but it might be because I know what word I'm looking for. I know that I know the word, so I want to have exactly that word. I don't want to paraphrase it. I don't want to find a different word. I want to use this word. And then I get frustrated, and it takes me even longer to come up with it. And that makes me think that my English got worse. Also, I do realize when I make mistakes, I mean, probably not all the time, but I do realize many of the mistakes I make, and then I correct them like right away. So like while I'm talking, if I use when instead of if, which sometimes happens, I'm like, no, wait, that has to be if, or the other way around, and then I just correct myself while I'm still talking. And due to the fact that I realize those mistakes, I think that I make too many mistakes, because I would rather have me not making any mistakes like everybody would. But I mean, we're all not native, so our English is not perfect, and that's normal and that's okay. But I'm a perfectionist, so I really want to be like without mistakes at all. So yeah, in general, I think that I did learn some words. I mean, I did have good vocabulary, and I for sure forgot some vocabulary, especially of like business stuff that I learned in vocational school and at work, and I just don't need it anymore. But I did learn some new expressions and things that they don't say that I used to say, or just general like daily words. But that just happens by like living with them. So yeah, so pretty much I feel like I didn't improve that much, but I might have. So this is actually why I'm making this video, because I want to see the difference myself, or I want to see myself if there is a difference. I don't think so, but there might as well be one. So this is why I'm making this video, so I can watch them like after each other and then see if I did make an improvement. So my kid told me that I did improve, not like really noticeably, like not that much, but she said like a little bit. So yeah, sounds good. And it's always funny when people ask you where you're from and they think that you're a native, and they think like, someone were skiing, I had a single lesson, and so the instructor asked me where I'm from, and I said, well, I live in Baltimore, or no, yeah. And then at some point he was like, I do hear a slight accent. Where's that accent from? And I'm like, oh no, he kept talking. He was like, where's that accent from? Is it Ireland or New England? It does sound New English. It's not Baltimore. It's not a Baltimore accent, is it? And I'm like, no, it's not a Baltimore accent. It's German. And he looked at me and was like, what? I didn't think you were German. Your English is so good. And I'm like, thank you. I mean, that's amazing when they tell you something like that, but it's not always the case. Like, there was actually, I've only been told the right thing once. So when I was in Ireland 2018, someone from New York asked me where I was from, and I said, I'm from Germany. And she was like, oh, yeah, I would have guessed that you are somewhere from Europe and you lived abroad for a while. That's what your accent sounds like. And I'm like, yeah, well, that's pretty much accurate. That's kind of it. But that was the only time. Like, other than that, I was asked if I was Irish, British, Spanish. I don't know why Spanish. I mean, look at me. Doesn't look Spanish at all, right? New English, and I was asked if I was American and New Zealandish, like from New Zealand, and German. Like, many people still hear it. I hate it when people hear that I'm German, because I just want to get rid of that accent. But I mean, it's not easy to be accent free and to get rid of an accent. But yeah, I have 17 months left to improve, and I hope I will. And I hope when I get back home I have a Cali accent. That would be amazing. Yeah. And well, that's about it.